computer, good, and we will hide that. So I wanted to ask you guys if today we could talk a little bit about language. Can you guys tell me what is the language of mathematics? Is it English? Is it French? Is it Chinese? Is it Russian? What is the language of mathematics? Go ahead, Amelia.
English?
Well, that's the language that we use, but is that the language they use in France?
No.
Is that the language they use in Spain?
No.
How about Portugal?
No.
No, they use their own languages. So how is it that mathematicians can communicate no matter where they live? Mathematicians can even communicate if there were aliens. And I mean, of course, you're smiling, and I don't know if I believe in aliens, but actually, I've never seen any, but I do believe in them because the mathematical probability is that there is life on other planets. But I believe.
Might not be aliens. It could
Say
be
again?
something else. It could be something else. It might not be aliens.
Well, I mean, whatever alien is just someone who lives in a different part. We even call people aliens when they live in different countries. Okay, so alien just means that they are far away. Yes, Roman, question.
Question.
Okay, you raised your hand. That's why I called on you. So guys, what is the language? What is the language of mathematics? If aliens or people from France, people from United States, Spain, Russia, if we can all do math together, what is the language of math? What do you think, Aaron?
Every language you speak.
Yeah, but I don't know. To me, the language of math, and I'm going to write this down and you tell me if you agree with it, okay? The language of math are numbers. So the numbers, what are the 10 different digits that we use in our numbers?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That was well done. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are the 10 digits that we use to represent our numbers. Now, do you know that it wasn't always that way? These numbers were not introduced to people in Europe until about the 13th century. So the 13th century, they didn't even use those numbers in Europe. Do you know what numbers they used to use?
What?
They used these numbers. By the way, they had no number for 0. The number 1, they would say I. For the number 2, 2 I's. For the number 3, 3's. For the number 4, they would say, anybody know?
4 eyes.
No, well, actually, some people think it's 4 I's. It's actually IV, Because V represents what?
5.
Right. And
Five.
6 would be VI. And 7 is V what?
VII. I.
I. And 8 is V.
I.
And who knows what 9 is? Don't call it out. Don't call it out, please. Write it down on your piece of paper. If you're a real mathematician, you're going to have a pencil. And when I ask you something, you're going to write it down. Roman, I don't know what you're doing right now, but I would love it if you were doing what everybody else is doing. I'm looking for you to write down the Roman numeral for 9.
I'm going to write down all of them.
Oh, you should. I love it, Amelia. So does anybody want to raise their hand and say that they know what it is for 9? Signe, what about you?
It's VII.
So 9 you said was VIII. Now, what's interesting about that is the same way that 4 is not III, 4 is IV.
IV.
And the reason it's IV is because it's 5 take away 1. And 9, does anybody know what 9 is? Brendan, do you think you know? Amelia?
I think what's Signe thinks. I.
So actually the 9 is 1 subtracted from 10. So X represents 10. Like for instance, do you know that my iPhone is called an iPhone X? But it really is, so this iPhone X is really Apple's version iPhone 10. Isn't that interesting? So even Apple Computers, the largest company in the world, still uses Roman numerals because 10 used to be X. Now, how cool is it that we're talking about Roman numerals and we have one of my favorite mathletes in the world right here in this class, and his name is? Roman. So we can actually call these Romans numerals. But actually, I love the new numbers. I love the language of mathematics. Now, there's something else. It's not just numbers. The language of mathematics is numbers, but it's also operations. Does anybody know what mathematical operations are? And just say whatever comes to your mind. You can just call out ideas that you have. And I'll give you a hint if you want. Now, Signe and Tess, turn off your mute buttons. There's no need for you to have mute unless somebody's in your room talking loudly. Okay, and if they are, then I understand. Now, who can tell me what an operation is? I'm going to start you out. You ready? What is that?
Plus.
That's a plus sign.
Plus.
So what's another operation?
Minus.
What's another
Division.
operation? What's
Time.
another operation?
Time. Multiplication.
Guys,
Equals.
these are called the 4 binary operations. Now, there's even more in the language of mathematics.
Equals.
Oh, I love it. Equals is so important because it shows things that are equal. For instance, if I wrote 4 plus 6, you would say that that equals what?
10.
Of course. So 4 plus 6 equals 10. We have the binary operations We have the equal sign. You guys know any other symbols in mathematics? Come on, there are more symbols in mathematics. I bet you know. Do you know what it means when I write two, a big 2, and then a little tiny 3 on
Exponent.
the upper right-hand corner? Can you say that out loud?
Exponents.
It is an exponent. And what it really means is, help me out.
It's 5.
2 times,
3
no, 2 times,
2 times 2.
how many times did I multiply 2 by itself?
3.
And guess what, guys? 1, 2, 3 2s. Now, who can tell me what is 2 to the 3rd power? 2 times 2 times 2, and it's not 6. It's not 6. That would be adding. That's a different operation. So come on, Sabrina, you can do this.
It's
not and say again.
It's not 6. That's a hint for us.
Yes, that's a very important hint. In fact, I'm going to write that hint out because a lot of kids want to say 6, and it's not 6. Okay, who knows 2 times 2?
8.
Oh, 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is, say it,
8.
and that is how to use exponents. Then there's something else that's really strange. There's this symbol that looks like this. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
It's actually called a square root. Can you guys say square root?
Square root.
So if I write a 9 inside the square root, I would say, what number times itself would equal 9? Don't answer out. Don't answer out loud. You have to wait for other people to think tests. They're really important. What number equals 9? On 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
3 times 3.
And since 3 times 3 equals 9, the square root of 9 equals 3. And that's another mathematical operation. Now, do you guys want to know my favorite one? My favorite operation has a name. It's a very funny name. It's called factorial. Can you say factorial?
Factorial.
And the way we write it is with an exclamation point. Who can write down 3 with an exclamation point? Can everybody write that down, please?
Done.
Okay, now, everybody put an equal sign after it. And then I'm going to show you how factorials work. They're so much fun. Are you ready? 3 times 2 times 1. And let's see. 4 factorial. That would be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And what would 5 factorial be?
5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1.
And what would 100 factorial be?
100 times 99 times 98 times 97.
Wait a minute, stop. Wouldn't that take us all year to write that down?
Yeah.
That would be so silly, Mr. Kramer. We're not going to do it. So Factorials can be unbelievably fun, but I love the language of mathematics. Mathematics uses square roots. It uses exponents. It uses equal signs. It uses plus and minus and times and division and numbers like digits like 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 9. And then we can put them in order to make big numbers. Now, I'm going to ask you guys this question. Can anyone tell me the definition of the word sum? If I say to you the word sum, and I have one hand up, I want everybody to write down which of the operations, remember our operations are plus, minus, multiplication, division, equal signs, exponents, square roots. What do you think sum is all about? On 3, 1, 2, 3, say it, go.
Equals.
Nope, sum does not, well, in a way, sum does mean equals, but you have to say more.
The answer.
It's the answer to what kind of a problem? Come on, it's the answer to what?
Addition.
Yes, everybody, it's addition. And everybody put a big plus sign under the word sum. This is on page 1 of your packet. So when I say to you, sum, you say addition, addition. Go ahead, do it.
Addition.
Addition. Addition. Addition. So who can give me an addition problem and use the word sum in it? Hi, Jeremy. So who can use the word sum and say or addition and say the word sum? Signe, I'm going to have you do it.
10 is the sum of 5 plus 5.
Wow. You know what? Everybody right now, be ready to give me a sum problem right now. So Signe gave me 10 is the sum of 5 plus 5. Who can give me the next one? You can make up any problem. Brennan, go.
It's the sum of 3 plus 3.
So 6 is the sum of 3 plus 3. Tess?
20 is the sum of 10 plus 10.
And Amelia?
100 is the sum of 50 and 50.
Whoa. And by the way, get really good at using the word plus. So 50 plus 50, 100 is the sum of 50 plus 50. Who's going next? Who's going next? How about you, Sabrina? How about you, Aaron? Jeremy, you go. Go ahead, my friend.
60 is the sum of 30 plus 30.
Wow, 60 is the sum of 30 and 30 or 30 plus 30. Tess, give me one more.
30 is the sum of 15 plus 15.
Wow, I like that one. Amelia, do you have another one?
Yes.
Go.
2000 equals 100 plus 100.
Okay, now, everybody stop for a second. Those are all amazing. Are you ready for one of my favorite ones? One of my favorite ones is to say that 1 is the sum of 1/2 plus 1/2. Because doesn't 1/2 plus 1/2 equal 1?
Yes.
Yeah. So fractions can be a lot of fun, and we're going to have fun with fractions. Now, what about the word difference? Who can tell me about the word difference and what that means? And I haven't heard from you, Aaron, or Roman. So I'm really looking for you guys. And Tess, I can only see your headband. If you could maybe angle your computer down, that way you can be in the screen and you can be seen. Okay? Who's going to help me out understanding the word difference? Signe, go for it.
Different. I mean, difference. It means like 5 and 6 are different because 6 is one more than 5.
Right. So difference, therefore, is which one of these operations? Is it plus? Is it minus? Is it times? Is it division?
It's minus.
It's minus. So everybody write down a minus sign. And we can say that the difference is the answer to a subtraction. Subtraction. Now, who can say the same way, like for instance, you could say 1, and I'm just going to use Signe's example. 1 is the difference between 6 and 5. Do you guys like that sentence? Now, who can do another one doing difference? Who can do another one? Tess, go.
4 is the 2 is the difference of 4 and 6.
2 is the difference of 4 and 6. And we're going to write 6 minus 4 equals 2. Okay, Roman, do you want to do one? Roman, what are you doing? What are you doing? Did you write down an example?
No.
Well, why don't you do that? You shouldn't be writing anything else but examples to what we're doing. Brennan, what about you? Aaron, what about you?
3 is the difference of 6 and 9.
Ooh,
Well, 9 and
very nice. So we can say 9 minus 6 equals 3. Aaron, do you want to give me one?
I haven't thought of one yet.
Okay, so do it right now. Sabrina, what about you?
2 is the difference between 10 and 8.
Oh my God, that is a great one. I love that one. Jeremy?
5 is the difference between 8 minus 5.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, guys, I've got something crazy for you. Do you want to see something really crazy and fun? All right, here we go. First of all, I'm going to go to dual page display, and I want to ask you a question. What is the difference if I switch 6 and 4? Are you guys looking at my screen? Amelia, are you looking at my screen? Aaron, Roman? I don't know what you're doing, Roman.
Yeah.
Come on. If I switch around the 4 and the 6 to go 4, take away 6, what is the difference? Raise your hand if you know. Between 4 and 6 when I write it as 4, take away the bigger number. I mean, how can I do that? So Amelia, we'll start with you.
So you can just, take 4 away from the 6.
No, we're taking 4 away from 6 and we get 2, a difference of 2. Here, we're taking 6 away from 4. Guys,
So that will be 0.
that would be 4 take away 4. That's 0. But I'm taking away more than 4. Tess, what do you think?
Lower than 0. Let's say lower.
-4.
Good try.
I mean, -2.
Yes, everybody write that down. When you take 6 away from 4, we go into what's called negative numbers. What happens when we take 9 away from 6? If 9 minus 6 is +3, what happens when we take 9 away from 6? Aaron?
-3.
Very nice. What happens when we take 10 away from 8? We don't get +2. What do we get, everybody? Say it out loud.
-2.
And what about 3 minus 8? We get a difference of what?
-5.
So I want to tell you something, that if I said to you, what is the difference between 8 and 2? You could say, Mr. Kramer, it's really plus or minus what?
6.
Exactly. So the difference is plus or minus 6. And I love going into negative numbers. It's so much fun. Let's go back to our page and talk about the word product. Who knows what the word product means? This one they usually don't do in school until you get into second or third grade, which is way too late because products are too much fun. Does anybody know what product is? All right, I'm going to write out a sentence and then you tell me if you can figure it out. Okay, ready? 6 is the product of 2 and 3. Don't call it out. Don't call it out. Look at it and say, product must mean, Brennan?
2 times 3 or 3 times 2.
2 times 3 or 3 times 2 equals what, everybody?
6.
Everybody hold up 2 sets of 3. Everybody hold up 3 sets of 2. Let's see if I can do that. Let's see, 3 sets of 2. It's kind of hard for me to do it, so I'm going to do it like this. That's like 3 sets of 2 or 2 sets of 3 will always give us 6. So if product therefore means what? Which operation? Is it addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division?
Multiplication.
Everybody put like an X, and I actually like to make it into a star. So under the word product, can you please make it into a star? And let's write out the words that product is the answer to a what?
Multiplication.
You got it. Multiplication. And who is going to give me the first example of multiplication? We know that Brennan already gave me 2 times 3 or 3 times 2. You can say it either way. Who can give me a multiplication? Jeremy, can you give me a multiplication problem, please? For product, say, and you have to use the word product. Go for it, buddy.
4 times 4 plus 16 is the product of 16.
So therefore, we could say that 16 is the product of what? Of 4 times 4. Say that out loud, Jeremy.
4 times 4.
No, but you have to say 16 is the product of 4 times 4.
16 is the product of 4 times 4.
Excellent. Tess, what do you have for me?
6 is the, 8 is the product of 4 times 2.
I love it. Who's got another one for me? Come on, I want to hear from you, Sabrina, Roman, Aaron, Amelia, Signe. Come on, Amelia, you can do it. Brennan?
15 is the product of 5 times 3.
Or
Or 5 times.
it's either 3 times 5 or
5 times 3.
very good. Does anybody else have another sentence? Go ahead, Amelia. And Amelia, you got to unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Stop muting yourself.
Okay, so 20 equals
No, you have to say is the product of.
is the product of 4 times 5 or 5 times 4.
Wow, you are amazing. That was so cool. Anybody else? Does anybody else have one? Go ahead, Aaron.
10 is the product of 5 times 2 or 2 times 5.
That is absolutely awesome. That's one of my favorite ones, by the way. Now, let's go back. We found the sum is addition. We found the difference is subtraction. We found that the product was multiplication. What about the quotient? Can you guys say the word quotient?
Quotient.
And it's kind of spelt funny because you would think it would look like quotient, right? Doesn't it sort of look like that, quotient? Or maybe there's like a C, like an S, quotient, but it's actually spelled Quotient. And who thinks they know what that's the answer to? This is the hardest one so far. Go ahead, Brennan.
Division.
Yeah, guys, everybody write it down. It's division. So quotient is the answer to a division. Now, I have to say, division can be very difficult, or it can be a lot of fun. Can anybody use quotient in a sentence? And I'm going to do the first one. Are you guys ready? 10 divided by 2 has a quotient of
5.
What about 10 divided by 5 has a quotient of what?
What's division mean?
Division means, are you ready? Take your 10 fingers, go like this, and now take your head and cut them in half. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. 10 divided by 5. Watch this. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 sets of 2 in the number 10. So 10 divided by 5 is 2. Tess?
20 divided by 2 is the quotient, has the quotient of 10.
Oh my God. Everybody go like this. 20 divided by 2. Everybody go 20. Ready? 10, 20.
20.
Everybody go like this. Roman, you're the only one not doing it. Come on. 10, 20.
10, 20.
So half of 20 is just 10. And then if I were to turn this around as a turnaround fact, I could say 20 divided by 10. How many 10s go into 20?
2.
Exactly right. Brennan, do you have one?
100 is the quotient of I mean 5.
You mean that 100 divided by something?
Divided by I'm 50 is 5, I think.
Well, that's pretty good. But guys, does anybody know how many 50s go into 100 evenly?
2.
Say it out loud.
2.
So 2 is the quotient of 150. Everybody say it. 2 is
2 is the quotient of 100 divided by 50.
Now, watch this. What about 100 cut in half? What's that going to be? What's the quotient of 100 divided by 2?
50.
50.
All right, now, this is what we're going to do. Everybody right now, go to page 4 in their packet. Now, what I did for you here is I made this really fun triangle where I pick 2 numbers and then I find the sum, the difference, and the product. Okay? So for instance, I randomly chose, everybody look at page 4. I randomly chose 2 and 8.
28.
Now, well, no, I randomly chose 2 numbers, not 28, 2 and the number 8. Who can tell me the sum of 2 plus 8? Say it out loud, please.
10.
And what is the difference of 2 and 8? Come on, guys. What's the difference of 2 and 8?
-6.
Or positive 6. So 8 minus 2 is 6. And so I'll write that down. 8 minus 2 equals 6. That's the difference. And 2 minus 8 equals -6, which is the difference. Now, what about the product? 2 times 8 equals what? Come on, what is 8 times 2 or 2 times 8? All you have to do is hold up 8 2 times. On 3, 1, 2, 3.
16.
16.
And of course, it is 16. Now, do me a favor, go to one of the blank ones and let's put 2 numbers in there. What numbers would you, who wants to choose the numbers? I'm going to let Signate choose the first two numbers.
150.
Well, those are great, but they're a little big. And they're a little big for the product. Because if I did 150, the product, does anybody know what the product is? Go ahead, Brennan.
5,000 or 5,000.
Oh my God, 5,000 is correct. 5,000 is another way to say it. And the sum of 150 is? Come on.
150.
Is 150. And what's the difference of 150?
50 or
Say-
negative 50.
Right, plus or minus 50. Now, who's going to come up with the next challenge? Come on, next challenge. Raise your hands, guys. Come on, Aaron. Pay attention. Go ahead, Amelia.
1,000 and 1,000.
Yeah, but if we did that, guys, now we're getting into silly numbers because does anybody know the product of 1,000 and 1,000?
No.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't want to use such large numbers because that would be 1,000,000. The sum, who knows what the sum is of 1,000 and 1,000?
2,000.
2,000.
And who knows the difference?
0 or 2,000.
No,
Or
just 0. Because 0 can't be positive or negative. So actually, Amelia, I really like that one. Now, who's going to give me the next one? But let's use smaller numbers. Let's use 1-digit numbers. Go ahead, Aaron.
9 and 5.
Say again, please.
9 and 5.
I love it. Everybody write down 9 and 5, please. Now, Roman, I want you to write it down. I know you can't write when you're doing something else with your hands. Now, everybody write down the sum, the difference, and the product as best as you can.
What's the product mean again?
The product is the answer to a multiplication problem.
I don't know how you do multiplication.
Well,
I
if
still
you
don't
have 9 times 5 or 5 times 9, all you have to do is count by 5s 9 times. It's just repeated addition. It's just repeated addition. But don't call it out, please. And if you finished it, do the next one. You pick any 2 numbers you want. Do them again and again and again.
And again and again. What's the difference mean?
Difference is when you subtract 2 numbers, 9 minus 5 or 5 minus 9. Those are great questions to be asking.
I'll try the 9 and 5.
Are you guys doing your own right now?
No.
Well, you should
Yes.
be. If you're finished with the first one, you should definitely be doing that on your own. Really, really important.
How I am. I just finished the first one.
Great.
Can they be the same number?
Yes, they can. In fact, we know that that was done by Amelia with 1,000 and 1,000, and that was really interesting. I'm really excited to hear what you guys have come up with. I hope that you're making up your own right now. Really, really important.
I'm on my second, my own one.
Oh, that's awesome. You guys should be doing as many as you can. You can do
The
so
first one
many.
was 5 plus 5 and 5.
I did 1 and 3 and 4 and 7.
1 and 3 and 4 and 7. That's good.
The sum was 10. The difference was 0. The product was 25.
Oh, hold on a second. We're letting people write out theirs first. Okay, are you guys ready? Are you ready? Okay, I want everybody to participate here. We're all gonna start with 9 and 5. Okay, let's go. The sum, the difference, and the product. Who's gonna give me the sum of 9 and 5? Who's gonna give me the sum? Come on, Roman, you give me the sum of 9 and 5. I want to get you involved. Roman, what's the sum of 9 and 5, please?
I'm thinking.
Well, you've had a lot of time to think of that one. How about you, Sabrina?
14.
Excellent. Roman, do you know the difference of 9 and 5? 9 minus 5 or 5 minus 9? You still thinking on that one? Okay, how about you, Aaron?
Which one?
Yeah, I want the difference of 9 and 5. So I hope you've been working on these.
-4 for 5 minus 9.
And
And 9 minus 5 equals +4.
beautiful. That is so well spoken. Tess, you want to do the product?
45.
Oh, so the product of 9 and 5 is 45. Beautiful job. Who's going to do the first one? Who's going to tell me what they did? Let's do Tess and then Signe and then Brennan and then Roman. Go, go, go. And then Sabrina.
I did 5 and 8.
5 and 8. Give me the sum, difference, and product. Go.
13 is the sum, plus or minus 3 is the difference, and 40 is the product.
Oh my God, that is beautiful. Sabrina, you want to do yours now?
Okay. I did 6 and 3.
6 and 3. Go sum.
The sum is 9. The difference is plus or minus 3. And the product is 18.
Oh my God. Sabrina, you rock. You rock. Signe?
I did 5 and 5.
Oh,
The sum was 10. The difference was 0. And the product was 25.
that is rocking awesome. How about you, Jeremy?
Three and 2.
3 and 2. Go, Jeremy.
The product is 6.
The product is 6.
The sum is 5. And the difference is 1.
Or -1. So if I do 2 take away 3, I get -1. Or 3 take away 2 is positive one. Very, very nice. Roman, what about you? What about you, Roman? I cannot hear you now. You are muted on your computer. So we'll go with Amelia, who's also muted. Amelia, you've got to unmute yourself.
I got mine.
Go for it, honey.
Okay, so it's 10 and 5.
So 10 and 5. Go for it. Oh, Amelia, you are frozen. She is frozen solid. We'll come back to her when she gets on. Oh, you're unfrozen now. Good. Go, Amelia.
You're frozen.
You're
No.
frozen, David Cram.
You're frozen.
Mr. Cram.
Everybody nice and quiet. Amelia, give me the sum difference in product, please. Oh, you know what? She's
You're
frozen.
Mr. Cram, are you frozen?
Yes. Can you guys, who's going to do the next one? Who wants to do the next one? Brennan? Who is going to do the next one? Brennan? Uh-oh.
Like Aaron the coat.
Okay, 1 minute. Wait, I am? I'm the co-host? No, it doesn't say I'm the co-host. You're the co-host. Tess, can you make me another co-host?
It's fixed.
Hers here. Tess, can you make me the other co-host?
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, everybody nice and quiet. Everybody nice and quiet now. Now, Amelia, can you give me the sum difference in product, please?
Okay, so the product is 50, the sum is 15, and the difference is plus minus 5.
Wow, beautiful job. We have time for one or two more. Who's going to do the next one? Aaron, go.
6 and 4, sum 10, product 22, minus plus 2.
I agree with everything except for the product. So Aaron, you're really, really close, buddy. Can anyone tell me what they might do? Roman, do you know the answer to 6 times 4 or 4 times 6? Did you have one you wanted to share, Roman? Because you raised your hand. Okay. So, and Roman, we can't hear you, as you know. You've got to turn the computer sound on. Leslie, if you're there, he needs to have his computer sound on. It is off. And Aaron, can you tell
24.
It is 24. Very, very good. Now listen, everybody, I gave you many, many pages, many pages, and you can also practice your division if you want as well. We didn't get to talk about arithmetic mean, but it's going to be a lot of fun if you guys want to play with these numbers. And I hope you love the language of mathematics. Everybody say goodbye to their buddies.
Bye.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I can't.
Bye.